Everyone, welcome back to my crypt. So the last couple of weeks were pretty intense for pickups. Like there were a lot of sales, and there was a lot of pre-orders that I made a while ago that came in. There's so much stuff that I'm gonna have to kind of split this up. So we'll do the vinyl in another video, and plus there was the Party City and other associated Halloween stores like Halloween sale, and we found some pretty cool stuff there. So we're going to make that its own separate thing, but for now, we're going to just focus on stuff from this week. So Best Buy was pretty stocked when I went in on Tuesday. So it's kind of funny. So one of the places I go to had an election day sale, like half off of used Blu-rays and whatnot if you brought your I voted sticker. And so I thought, oh, cool. So maybe that must be, all of them must be doing it. So I went out to another location that had, like, way better stuff, usually. And turns out that the sale was exclusive to just that one location. But while I was out there, I ended up finding a ton of stuff at Best Buy and the other place, and half-price books, and it was kind of a feeding frenzy. So let's get started with the first thing I picked up. So I already opened it because I was starting to watch it. The Phantasm Steelbook, which Phantasm got remastered a while ago, and I have the previous release. However, they came out with a Steelbook version of it, and this one actually has some new content. Like, there's a new commentary on this, which is kind of an odd choice, because I'm used to, typically when they do, like, oh, a Steelbook release of this, it's just like the fancy packaging. I mean, that's what we were paying for. Sorry, I have a cold. That's what we were paying for before with, like, the Beetlejuice and American Werewolf in London Steelbooks, where it was just, the cool package. But this time there's actually something substantive in there. And as you can see, the disc is fairly austere. Like, it comes with a little ad in there. Now, compared to the previous release, which, like, it came with a Blu-ray and DVD. It was like a combo pack. It's got this really nice slipcover. So, although the discs are, like, totally different. So it's kind of an odd thing, but, I'm always happy to have more Phantasm, so whatever works. So my only real gripe is there's a really tiny dent on the front of mine that I didn't actually see when I picked it up. Like, you probably can't even see it in the video. Yeah, I don't think my camera even picks it up, but it's one of those OCD things where, like, I can't unsee it. But overall, it's, I'm looking forward to that extra commentary, which is, Don Cascarelli comes back with the co-producer and visual consultant. What the heck is that? Oh well, it'll be good. So this isn't a horror release, but since I was there, I wanted to see Incredibles 2. Like, I had the opportunity to pick up the 4K Steelbook, like, during that particular, there were people lined up for this, and I was like, well, I'm here. If I ever decide I want it, like, just get it now. So again, not necessarily a horror pickup, as I kind of break my own rules, but this is a Shout Factory Steelbook of their Buckaroo Banzai release, which I saw it for the first time at some point this year, and it was such a bizarre movie. I kind of wanted to know more about it, but the release was too expensive. However, this was $15 at Best Buy, so I figured, that's pretty good for, if you can get a Shout Factory release for $15, that's probably, like, the best price you can get. So, why not? So at least we're kind of getting back to horror. So I picked this up today. So I went out to that area, oh my god, like 3 times this week. It's been nuts. So this is the 4K Steelbook of The Shape of Water, which I had wanted something like this when The Shape of Water was first released, because I covered it on my other show, Inside Movies Galore. But what kind of bothered me was that I didn't have, like, a really nice, like, collectible edition of it. And so this was a double dip, but at the same time, it's so pretty. So, which, a lot of this stuff I kind of collect. I mean, like I watch it, of course, but I like having kind of like that bookshelf sort of look to it. So, and then quick detour from stuff from Best Buy. So this is at Walmart. So it's Vestron Maximum Overdrive, which I remember not necessarily being the greatest movie, but you know you could definitely do worse, especially with Vestron Video. And you know there's gonna be plenty of stuff here. Looks kind of blurry on my screen, but I think you can probably read. Like, it's pretty stacked with extras. So we'll get to at least learn about this very, very bizarre film. So that's kind of the entire point of why I like to collect this stuff, like physically, because it comes with all this like behind the scenes and commentary, and you know you just get a lot of insight into what the people who made the movie is like. Well, are like. Sorry. Like I just finished watching all of the Child's Play movies, and Don Mancini is much more of a weirdo than I realized. Like he's still cool, and I appreciate him even more than ever. It's just kind of like, man, tone it down. So this is the first of my finds from the store that was having that sale. It's kind of sad because I went to both locations. I got hardly anything from the first one I went to, and the one that was actually having the sale was pretty picked clean. This was in their, like, I'm trying to find the right word for it. This was in their kind of dump bin, where they put, like, really cheap used things. So this is a Twilight Time release. So Twilight Time does really limited releases of just, like, different, like, cult movies. Like, they did The Blob, which is, like, super valuable now. They did Fright Night, which is also pretty expensive. And so I have no idea what the heck this movie is about. Something about Frank Sinatra. But for some reason, what in the heck? Like, it's so suspicious. Like, I looked it up. This is like $30 on eBay. Why was this in the bin for $2? Like, what? Like, that alone, like, made me want to buy it. Sorry, cold. So, and then we picked up this Grace movie, which I don't really know anything about it besides it was produced by Adam Green, and I really like Adam Green, so I'm gonna see what he did in there. Oh, that sounded kind of pathetic. So this is probably the nicest thing I picked up in that trip, which can kind of give you an idea of like how picked over the place was. So this is the complete series for this TV show called Surface that was on Sci-Fi. Oh my god, like what, 2005 or something like that? Something about sea monsters. I personally really liked it, but it didn't really get a whole lot of traction. And it was kind of difficult for me to find online before when I went looking for it. Oop. But you know, at least I can see it again. And you know, I'm much older and I think I have better taste now, so it'll be interesting to see how it holds up. And this was another thing from the same sale. Like, doesn't this just look terrible? Oh my god, like, I love the straightforward title, Snake Island. Like, does it get better than that? Like, it looks like just some kind of crummy sci-fi movie, and it's even kind of in bad shape, but, I mean, it was $1. You know, I'm a sucker for reptile movies, and while I'm sure this, like, totally sucks, I bet I get a pretty good laugh out of it, so should be worth it. This was a Goodwill find, which is kind of weird, because normally Goodwill doesn't have anything particularly great, or at least these days. When I first moved to where I live now, you could find amazing stuff there. Like, I think my very first trip there, I found the Faces of Death box set, which was like $45 at the time, and it was just like $3 lying there. It's like, wow. But this is a monster movie from the late 80s that I don't think it doesn't have like a very good release like anywhere. Like there's a Blu-ray in Japan, which I don't think has anything extra. It's kind of hard to summarize exactly what goes down in this, but it's just like a fun monster movie. And you know, if you're doing a double bill, you'd probably want to play this with like Deep Rising or Leviathan or something like that. And then today, Half Price Books is having their week-long coupon sale where you can get ridiculous deals on pretty much whatever you want. So I'm really excited about this. So this is the novel that the movie Prophecy is based on, like the one with like the really gross mutant bear. I've been looking for. There are a bunch of like horror movie novelizations slash tie-ins that I wanted for a while, and this was pretty close to the top of my list, and it was only like $1 or something. So yeah, I'm really excited to dig into this when I finally have the time. So this was something I really never thought I would actually see in person without, seeking it out specifically, like, by which I mean, like, ordering it directly from eBay or something. So to just, like, encounter it was awesome. And something kind of annoying, like, I still have, like, the tag and stuff on this. So the Criterion Night of the Living Dead Blu-ray, which, Barnes & Noble is having like a Criterion and Arrow sale. So Criterion and Arrow stuff is half off on their website now. And I actually bought this on Tuesday new for $20. And I was at half price today and it was like, oh man, after the coupon it's like 11. Damn it. So I think what I might end up doing is just keeping this one and like returning the new one. Unless, of course, like, my only reservation is on the back it says it comes with an essay, like most Criterion and Arrow releases, and normally that's in the form of, like, a little book that's inside the case, which this does not have, so there's a chance that this is maybe missing something. I just don't actually know what's supposed to be in this release. So we will find out, but at the same time, like, it's much nicer than I realized. Like, it's got, like, pretty nice, like, inner art kind of there. And it seems pretty loaded with stuff, so I kind of wish I'd picked it up a while ago, because this is another movie I did on Inside Movies Galore, and it would have been nice to have some more information about it at the time for that discussion. And now we're kind of moving into stuff that was like a pre-order that came this past week or so. So I backed Never Hike Alone for its physical release. Turned out I had totally forgotten. I actually ordered two. Like, I ordered just one of these, like just the Blu-ray DVD by itself, and then I also ordered like one of the more deluxe packs they had, which came with CD soundtrack, which is like signed by the guys that are in it. Which is pretty neat. I don't actually know everybody's names, which I probably should, but I've been listening to it kind of off and on, and it's pretty cool so far. I haven't seen Never Hike Alone for quite a while. I think maybe like back in, March was the last time I saw it, so I'm looking forward to revisiting it. It comes in a pretty nice case too. Like, they had their own like kind of custom red cases, and it's a fairly thick material too. Like, it doesn't feel cheap at all. Like, it comes with signed and numbered little card thing, like thanking you for backing the film. And I got a pretty good number, I think, 134. That's not so bad. And yeah, that's I'm a little unsure like how to view it, because it takes place, at least from my understanding, it takes place after the Friday the 13th series has like concluded. And I've been going through the box set of Friday the 13th, and I think I'm only on part 7, so it's like, do I do this, like, after Freddy versus Jason, or before the remake, or what do I do, because I want to do it all in order. And then this was kind of an impulse thing, so I haven't seen this movie yet, but a lot of people were hyped about it. It's called 1031. It's like a Halloween anthology, from what I understand. And so I bought it directly from, I think, Scream Team Releasing, and it comes with like a bunch of signatures and other cool stuff. So, and I love the slipcover too, where it's got like the good old Tales from the Crypt anthology style. So it's got a lot of positive buzz, so I'm excited for that whenever I get to seeing it. Because kind of the problem with like picking up so much stuff all at once is that you never really have time to do anything. Like, it has to kind of be, you have to plan for fun, and that can kind of ruin it a little bit. So that said, So we're going to move on to our next video, which is like the vinyl I picked up, which, woo, I found a lot of it. Plus a special surprise courtesy of Ed's Awesome Sounds. Oh yeah, before I totally forget, so My Never Hike Alone came with this poster, again signed by like the guys. So my lighting, I'm getting better at it, but I'm not that good, so you still have a lot of trouble seeing it in that like mirror surface. But it's like 18 by 24, so it's a pretty nice size. And yeah, I think it was worth. I think the bundle this came in was like 40 compared to the normal like 25 that was just the DVD Blu-ray set. So I'm pretty happy with this. I do kind of wish I had gotten there in time for one of the bundles that came with the mask, which, you know, it was kind of a mess when the whole pre-ordering thing happened because there were only so many masks. So I selected the package and then I was clicking through checkout, and the site they used didn't take PayPal or anything, so I had to enter my credit card in, like, on the spot, and it took so long for it to process that and just mechanically do everything that by the time they basically ran out of the bundle I was buying in the middle of me checking out, and I was pretty not pleased. But it worked out, so anyway, we'll be right back with the vinyl we picked up that day. So, like, share, and subscribe. Let me know how I'm doing in the comments. And I think I'm getting better, although I still could improve. So, let me know what you think.